Namaste, good morning everyone. Are you sitting uncomfortably? Then we'll begin, says Brad Burton in his book, Goya. As members of 4 Networking, you have access to audio version of this book for free. And it is a must listen. You would be able to know the origins of the script that every group leader reads out at our meetings. Now, as is the usual convention, after saying those age-old lines, let me begin. I shall tell you 3 stories today. No, we won't run out of time, I can assure you that, because I'll show you animated videos in 3 parts. I hope you can tolerate the computer-generated voices. They lack emotions. But Vivek can't afford to hire Spielberg yet. And even Bollywood is a bit too expensive. First story is story of Vivek Technology Integrators. Second is a story of a busy businessman. And third is that of a happy businessman. You can also see these on our website. After watching the 2 businessmen stories, you would probably want to know the differences between them. I shall explain the differences, and with that, I hope to answer the question, why? I shall conclude with 5 useful tips for you, so that you can all be happy businessmen and women. The story of Vivek Technology Integrators. 2 of us started the company. We are engineers. We have combined experience of over 40 years of software development in embedded real-time Linux and Windows. As we strongly believe in living a simple life and as we believe in thinking differently, we felt that our passion would be better served by forming our own company. We simplify life by integrating different technologies and devices so that the user experience is seamless and life becomes simple and easy. Let me now start the second story, the busy businessman story. In this story, John is a busy businessman and he is meeting Tom, a client.
Good morning, Tom. My apologies. Hope it is alright if I answer my phone?
Sure. Go ahead.
Hello? Is that John? It's Amy here. I am wondering if you have rescheduled our meeting?
Good morning, Amy. Sorry, but I'm in a meeting now. Can we meet in 20 minutes, please?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to reschedule the meeting. May have been possible if only you had phoned me earlier. We have been waiting over an hour for you.
Oh, so sorry. I forgot to check my diary.
What a waste of our time. Wondering if he handles all customers in the same way?
You may have noticed that John's phone rang just as they were to start the meeting. John was annoyed by that, and his annoyance came through in his response. But it's actually his fault, isn't it? Now, John expects some sympathy from Tom. But is he going to get any, do you think? Let us see what happens next.
Sorry, Tom. Apparently I am starting another hectic day.
John, can we quickly go through the document you promised delivery today? This meeting is already running late, as you know.
I printed it yesterday but seem to have misplaced it.
As you know, we need to discuss this with our engineering and marketing departments. It would be difficult if we have only a paper copy. Moreover, we expected it yesterday.
I am terribly sorry. I wanted to go over it with you before I emailed it to you. Can I send it as an attachment to an email, please?
Alright, John. For now I'll let you email it by afternoon, but remember, it is already late.
Thank you. I'll do it as soon as I reach my office. Have a good day, Tom.
Turns up late for the meeting but then has completely forgotten another meeting. Hasn't yet delivered what was expected yesterday. Not at all reliable.
Having apologized twice within a short period of time, John comes out of the meeting in a bad shape. John is having a terrible day, don't you think?
Not even mid-morning and already a terrible day. Oh, Sarah darling.
John, have you forgotten it's our daughter's birthday today?
No, I haven't. Did I order the cake? I think I did.
John, you always forget the most important things in the world. Are you sure you ordered cake? I'll kill you if you didn't. Anyway, did you deliver the document to Tom? It was on your table last night and I put it in your briefcase, thinking you would forget it otherwise.
Oh no. I searched all over my table this morning but couldn't find it.
So you didn't deliver it though it was in your briefcase?
I didn't expect it to be in my briefcase because I didn't put it myself.
Honey, sometimes you are so silly. I think I'll better check with bakers about cake.
What a terrible day.
Don't take it too hard on yourself, John. Take care. See you later. Love you. Bye.
Let us consider what we just saw. John uses all modern devices which are supposed to solve a specific problem. Mobile phone to make calls, email to send messages. He may have other devices such as iPad and so on. But the devices work in isolation. Each device works independent of the other, which means he is the only common element. Everything depends on him. The result of this is solution for one problem becomes a new problem on its own. He therefore suffers from what I call diarrhea. Notice the spelling there. For example, his phone rings when he does not want it to ring. He gets busy in discussion but forgets to check his old-fashioned pen on paper diary. This is a common situation where most of us have a phone which has computing power far superior to what was used to put a man on the moon. And yet, many of us fail to use it effectively. Let us see how simple life can be in the next bunch of slides. This is the third story.
Good morning, Tom. How are you today?
Good morning, John.
I just wanted to make sure that you received the Google Docs link I sent you in my email. Hope it is all good.
Yes, indeed. Our engineering and marketing have already done a lot of work on it. Thank you for checking status.
If everything is fine, let me not waste any more of your time. It has been a pleasure doing business with you. Have a nice day, Tom. Bye.
Same to you, John. Bye.
Note that John actually does not have to meet Tom at all, because he has already delivered what was expected. But the fact that he is checking with Tom and making sure that everything is okay shows that he cares about his customers. Has anybody noticed how professional he looks there? He now has time to make sure he presents himself well. Remember the other meeting with Amy? Let us see.
A pop-up message on my phone reminds me that I have a meeting with Amy. Good that we moved meeting to a time convenient for both of us. Let me send her a text message saying I am on my way. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, John.
Hope you got my text message and hopefully you didn't have to wait for long.
Yes, it was indeed nice of you to send a text message and you are on time. I have a couple of questions about your product. Hope you can answer them.
As we use Google Apps, I can show you photos and related data from our internal intranet on my iPad.
How about his daughter's birthday cake? Did John manage to order it on time? Let us find out what happened, shall we?
Sarah darling, it's me.
Hi honey.
Has the birthday cake arrived yet?
Yes indeed. The cake looks gorgeous.
My phone calendar had reminded me last week to order it.
Honey, how was your morning?
Darling, meeting with Tom went very well.
Great.
Amy was impressed with what we can provide when I showed her documents and photos on my iPad, and fixed next meeting using calendar on iPad. Fingers crossed, in next meeting, we sign the contract.
That's brilliant. Come home quickly. Our daughter's birthday would indeed be a happy one for all of us.
Here are 2 questions for you. First question, which John would you do business with? This John? His business has taken over his life. Note that he does not look professional. Most likely you would prefer to do business with this version of John. He looks more professional. He uses technology in an integrated and seamless way. As the technology gets out of the way, he is able to concentrate on his business. Second question, do you identify yourself with one of them? If your life has been taken over by your business, you need help.
John's life is so wonderful now, isn't it? Why do you think that is? What is the difference between the 2 stories apart from the obvious fact that John seems more happy and professional? What is his secret? In the happy story, John is using technology he already has more effectively by integrating them. Let me explain. John is in control of his phone. His phone no longer interrupts him when he is in a meeting because it goes into silent mode automatically. Pop-up messages on his phone help him keep to his schedule. He uses his iPad as a business tool by using it to show documents and photos. He manages his diary very effectively by using his iPad along with his phone. I am quite sure I have answered the question, why should you bother integrating your devices? I have now come to the concluding part and I shall leave you with 5 tips. Now, as I believe in being green, I have used the reverse side of my usual leaflet to print these. If you are happy to use advertisement supported free tools, set up a new Google Mail account if you don't already have one, with a Gmail ID that is memorable. Please do remember the password yourself. I stress the point that you need to remember the password. Don't simply rely on the device to remember the password. Using the same email ID everywhere, computers, phones, and pads gives you automatic data integration. Use Google Drive to share files of any type with clients, friends, and family. Google Drive is better than Dropbox for sharing. A quick way to get responsive clients is to use QR code on your business card that simply adds your contact details to their phones. An example and web address are on the takeaway sheet. Download and install a QR code scanner on all of your devices, phones, iPads, Android pads, etc. Again, the links are on the takeaway sheet. To make quick notes when you are out and about, use a combination of two apps. Evernote allows you to make quick notes and synchronizes them across all your devices. The companion software Sketch allows you to quickly take a photo, annotate it with arrows, circles, rectangles, text, etc. with a very simple interface on your handheld device. Thank you for listening to me. Hope it has been useful.